Ulrich, why, may I ask, are you dressed like that?
Would you like the short answer, my lord, or the long one?
Oh, the short one, please.
Whim.
The short answer is whim.
Yes, my lord.
What, out of interest, was the long answer?
It was a whim.
I think Blackadder in the end is based on the fact that Rowan is very good indeed at playing extremely ferocious, tough characters.
You're not eligible to vote.
Why not?
Because virtually no one is. Women, peasants, chimpanzees, lunatics, lords.
That's not true. Lord Nelson's got a vote.
He's got a boat, Baldwin.
Villains are always more fun to play than good guys. That's a well-known fact. I enjoy characters who have a vindictiveness in them. I always have done it. In the end, it's just more fun.
Lieutenant, revolver, please.
Oh, now, sir, you really shouldn't do this, you know.
Come on, George. With 50,000 men getting killed a week, who's going to miss a pigeon?
What was fun, I think, was that by the time we finished the fourth series, we got a bit into parodying ourselves. We were a bit saying, well, there's always one episode where we do this, or one episode where we do that, and Baldrick always says this, and Blackadder says that. And coming back to it after 10 years, we'd forgotten some of that stuff, so it was a bit like starting afresh, which was fun.
The strength of Blackadder had always been that it was just dialogue in one room, and very witty dialogue. So what we had to do was give it a sense that this was going to be a bigger treat than usual, and I hope we've pulled it off. I mean, because you get all the qualities of the old Blackadder, but on a kind of scale that is like a huge American movie.
What can you see, Borders?
People in very short skirts, my lord.
And the whole reason we wrote this section is to get them in increasingly short skirts. So that's Rowan. And Hugh's going to be, with any luck, 2.5 inches shorter than that. And then Stephen's skirt is actually going to be above pant level. So that's what we spent the last hour rather pathetically talking about, how high boys' skirts can be. That's the joke from this scene. I think that's it, although Stephen is talking in Latin. And I think he's finding that quite tricky.
Vitaque senatus copias Britannia revocare et civitatem nostrum imperialem defendum constituit.
Great spirit of Jupiter, our culture is centuries ahead of theirs. Why, we have toilets and wipe our bottoms with vinegar-soaked sponges.
Yes, and they wipe their bottoms with Roman soldiers.
What's unusual about this is that this is on location and is all, you know, there's no audience apart from the crew, but the actual making the series was in we would do in front of, I don't know, sort of 300 people, and on the night, no matter how carefully you decided to assemble your this delicately drawn portrait of a particular character, on the night, given the fear and adrenaline, I just go ah and pull faces.
Hurrah! Oh no! There I go again! Bravo! Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Belts off, trousers down, isn't life a scream?
Fabulous. University education. You can't beat it.
The interesting thing is that Melch is very like Hugh, and George is very like me.
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah. No, well, there is a difference between the Elizabethan Melch, if one cared to find one. It's a little bit yes, I like to think there is.
Looking forward to this.
From within.
Okay.
He's rather more suave.
They shout.
Whereas the later Melch, it just goes.
Excellent native Cockney wit.
It's called a clever person's board. These are called clever person's boards, and they are for clever people to read. Pay attention, come on. But my news is Rome, on all sides, is being attacked. Passive, you'll notice. But the Emperor does nothing but poison his mother and marry his horse.
Itaque, senatus corpus praedilaudicatet quad laudicatet tuus summus sumpturi revocare civitatem nostrum imperialem defendum. Do you see?
Did you hear that, Boulders?
No, my lord.
Stephen turns up as a Roman in the shortest skirt where his skirt's up here in a nappy, and it's always wonderful when you actually can't call cut because you're giggling so much.
After 3 years of sub-zero temperatures, at last a sufficiently warm climate to allow my wedding tackle to descend from my armpit. Right.